Welcome to This Explainer, where we're finally settling the ultimate utility room debate, tankless versus storage water heaters. You know, heating water eats up roughly 20% of a home's entire energy budget. So if you're a family of four trying to decide whether it's time to ditch that clunky old traditional tank for a sleek new tankless model, getting this right literally pays off. Let's dive right in.
Okay, so it always starts with the morning rush, right? That is the absolute ultimate stress test for any home plumbing system. When three different taps open up all at once, you need to know if your system can actually keep up with your household's peak draw. Because if it can't, well, somebody is getting a shockingly cold shower.
The core challenge for a busy family isn't really your total daily water volume. It's all about the bottleneck of those simultaneous routines. Just imagine it. You've got two morning showers running, suddenly the dishwasher kicks on, or maybe a load of laundry is washing during the chaotic evening cleanup. These short, heavily overlapping draws, that is exactly what exposes the true performance limits of your water heater. To figure out what truly fits your daily life, we're going to evaluate both of these technologies across four crucial categories. First, sizing and capacity. Second, efficiency and costs. Third, space and maintenance. And finally, number 4, the verdict. All right, category 1, sizing and capacity, looking specifically at tank volume versus flow rate. Let's see how these competing technologies actually handle your absolute highest simultaneous demand. Now, for traditional storage heaters, performance basically lives and dies by recovery speed. As you probably already know, this is simply how fast the tank can bounce back after a really heavy draw. And that's driven entirely by the burner's BTU output, combined with the temperature of your incoming cold water. So think of a traditional 40 or 50-gallon tank as a really forgiving hot water buffer. It's going to deliver a steady flow of hot water until it empties out, which buys time for the burner to catch up. Tankless units, on the other hand, well, they're strict engines. They operate purely on a maximum flow rate, measured in gallons per minute. If your sudden demand suddenly exceeds that unit's specific rating, the system physically cannot keep up. There's no buffer. The result? An immediate, highly noticeable drop in water pressure or temperature. Moving right along to category 2, efficiency and costs, where we pit standby loss against on-demand heating. This primary trade-off really just comes down to energy idle time. Tankless units completely eliminate standby heat loss, since they literally only fire up right on demand. This makes them incredibly efficient for scattered all-day use. But hey, don't count storage tanks out just yet. Modern insulation has drastically cut down on those standby losses. If your family relies heavily on massive morning spikes, but you barely use any hot water for the rest of the day, a storage tank's efficiency penalty is actually kind of minimal. Okay, category 3 is space and maintenance. Let's look at the installation footprint and the real-world upkeep for both of these. Physically speaking, tankless systems are absolutely a minimalist stream. They easily mount right to a wall to help you reclaim all that wasted utility space. But here's the hidden catch you ought to watch out for. Retrofitting an older house for a tankless gas model very often requires larger gas lines, totally new venting protocols, and sometimes even upgraded electrical panels. Meanwhile, yes, a traditional tank takes up a massive footprint and needs a drain pan, but swapping an old one for a new one, it's usually a very straightforward plug-and-play afternoon job. And when you're factoring in the total cost of ownership, remember that both systems demand upkeep, just in totally different ways. Traditional tanks are constantly at war with sediment buildup at the bottom, which slowly, sneakily suffocates their efficiency and recovery speed over time. Tankless units, well, they have a different kryptonite, hard water scale. If you live in an area with hard water, your tankless system is going to require a thorough chemical flush every single year, or it will rapidly lose its heating capacity. No exceptions. And that brings us to our fourth and final category, the verdict, making the right choice for your household. So here's the bottom line. You should probably go tankless if you highly value long-term energy savings, endless on-demand continuous water, and reclaiming your square footage. But you absolutely must be prepared to size it perfectly. On the flip side, stick with the storage tank if your top priority is a bulletproof, forgiving buffer that guarantees high volume during those heavy rush hour uses, along with a much cheaper and simpler installation. Now, to actually execute this switch flawlessly, here's what you do. Step 1, start by calculating your absolute peak hour demand. That's the maximum number of simultaneous showers and faucets you ever run at the exact same time. Step 2, match that heater type and flow rate with your home's available gas or electrical fuel capacity, as well as your space and local water conditions. And finally, step 3, always consult a qualified contractor to dial in the exact sizing. Seriously, undersizing a tankless system is a very, very expensive mistake. As we wrap up this explainer, I really want you to consider your family's unique daily rhythm.
When you turn on that tap, what truly matters most? Do you want the endless efficiency of modern technology throughout the entire day? Or do you desperately need that dependable brute force buffer to survive the chaotic morning rush? Define your peak hour, and your answer will be waiting right there for you.